Hello my friends, this is Wolfgang with my healing circle, and today we will be visiting Atlantis. We will be doing a guided meditation, a past life regression for those who have been living there, and we will also do some pendulum work, see in the easy way, if you were connected in any way with Atlantis, and see what's going on there, if it's still affecting you, so you still have some karma left. First of all, Atlantis, we in the Western world, whatever the authorities have left in the libraries, and most libraries have been destroyed, around the world. Probably the Vatican, has all those secret documents that talk about those things, but they don't release it because they don't want to rattle the status quo. And that's on them, this karma. It is on them. I hope they listen to God's will, otherwise they're going to be responsible for a lot of karma. So I hope they're doing the best. Anyhow, Plato talked about it, and that's how we know, and he got his knowledge from the Egyptian. Actually, a lot of the Greek culture came from the Egyptian, which was at that time, still the big power in that area, probably with the most advanced knowledge. And then later on, let's say the grandfather of the New Age, Edgar Cayce, talked about people having karma from Atlantis, and just talked a little bit about Atlantis. And there are books out there. And then, of course, in my generations, anybody that did some past life regression, well, I lived in Atlantis. I went back to those times several times, to figure out some karma. I actually was told also, to go back and check out some karma, and and Ishani, my wife, the one that's making the crowns and wands, she used to live in Atlantis too, and she would make those crowns and energy devices, this crystal wands, in the good old times in Atlantis, when the vibration was very high, just a request to the higher dimensional beings would be made for wands of particular purposes, and the crystals, gems, and metallic parts would also self-manifest, and Ishani would put them together. And then, once the vibration, went down, in the later years, they actually, had to just procure the crystals, metals, and gems, just like we do nowadays, and she had to put them together. So anyhow, she made them, I used them, and many light workers that I meet also used to live there, and they also used to use wands, and I brought them back into past life regressions because they want to see how they use them, and so they learned from their own techniques, and can do it nowadays too, and they are quite successful, I have to say. So a lot of the heavy hitters of the light workers nowadays, came from Atlantis. And Atlantis went down about 12,000 years ago, and that was another one of those cycles, just like what the Maya describe. It's about 12,500 year cycles on this planet. Then you got an ice age, and everything gets wiped out, or much gets wiped out, and so Atlantis, went down, and there has been some messing around by the dark side in the leadership of Atlantis, and then due to that, or maybe to some other influences, theories are conflicting there. Anyhow, there was a big flood, and the island probably went under, got wiped out, and some people saw this coming, and they relocated before this happened to different parts of the world, and then there were the founders of those great cultures like we have in Egypt, etc. The amazing thing, on those great cultures is that they always start very high, and then they erode, and not how you normally expect. They get more and more experience, and then they get high, and they maybe destroy themselves. No, they start very high, with all the skills, math, language, writing, etc., and then they deteriorate. Well, anyhow, so lots of light workers are coming from there, and so I would like you to get a pendulum. If you don't have a pendulum, get one, put a key on a chain, or watch a pendulum video. I put some pendulum videos out. Have a chart, which goes from, let's say, 1 to 100%. I put a link and show you where to get them. And first of all, we ask our spirit guides and Archangel Michael for protection, that only the truth be told, and no negative influences. And from the highest source of truth, I want to know, was I incarnated in Atlantis? That's a yes or no question. And just see, if you were even there. If you get a no there, you might just watch another video. If you get a yes, you might want to just stick with them. And so the next question is, do I still have issues from the Atlantis incarnation or incarnations that still affect me in this lifetime? And you could ask this as a yes or no answer. I go into percent, and I'm kind of getting that, a certain percent of my issues that I'm having nowadays comes from Atlantis. And it's pretty high still. Okay. And how much of those issues, if all those issues that you're having is 100% coming from Atlantis, how much is that due to curses that have been levied there against you, and maybe from you, dishing out curses also gets karma, of course. So how much against you, and how much from you? Note that. And then also vows. Sometimes we put out self-limiting vows due to guilt or this or that, and they don't work anymore. So how much are you still affected from vows you took in Atlantis? And even for me, this is a very high percentage, relatively high percentage from those vows. So there is a lot of karma coming, at least in my case, from Atlantis. And next question would be, did I use a wand or crystals in my incarnation in Atlantis? And that could be a yes or no answer, pretty much. And now let's also ask, would it be advantageous or for the highest good and divine harmony with the most benevolent outcomes if I use those crystal and wand techniques in this lifetime? Is that knowledge still valid and appropriate? And let's see how much it would be for wands. And then how much, for crystal layout. And oh yeah, they definitely want me to do that. I don't know how it's for you, don't give your power away, just, do ask for the truth. Then also, ask, did you use some kind of like energy machines in Atlantis? They had all kinds of energy devices, just like we are using electricity. They were using crystal energy, a more astral type energy. Ask if you used those, and yes, I did. I'm getting goosebumps. That means I cannot make this up. And well, are we supposed to be using those or energy devices, subtle energy devices, besides crystals and wands in this lifetime? Yes, I am. Would that be, how much of those energy devices would be made with divine geometry? Pretty much all of them. Could those devices be two-dimensional? And I'm talking here about the divine symbol that I'm using. Two-dimensional. Yeah, I'm getting a pretty good reading for that. And how about three-dimensional, like Merkabahs and things like that? Definitely three-dimensional devices. It's all divine geometry, yeah. And of course you can just research this for yourself. Right now let's not get into that. And how about, did you or did I die in Atlantis? Okay, when Atlantis blew up, did I die there? That's kind of what I meant. And if you get a no there, so I kind of split before this all went down and started a culture somewhere. Now, if you did die in Atlantis, ask, are you still carrying trauma from Atlantis blowing up, and that is still affecting you? Well, I moved away before Atlantis blew up. Still, do I carry trauma from there that's still affecting me in this lifetime? Yeah, I'm getting a pretty good yes, and also my hair standing on end. So releasing that kind of stuff is definitely necessary, and let's not necessarily focus on the releasing work. This is just investigative. Maybe very likely I'm going to make another video where we focus on releasing this. Right now we're just getting an overview. And this type of trauma that I'm having from Atlantis blowing up or going under, how much of that is like anger? And so see how many percent you get, and that's like how many percent of that whole trauma from Atlantis blowing up you're still carrying, and how much of that is guilt. Maybe we thought, oh, we could change it, like survivor guilt, or you were on the dark side, or you didn't speak up. So how much of that is guilt? And how much of that is like pain of separation, because you lost a lot of loved ones, and your homeland kind of blew up. There's definitely a lot of pain from that. And well, I definitely feel a lot of pain from that part. Okay. Now we will actually be going to a past life. Maybe some of you to several past lives, some of you might not go at all. Especially if you're male, women are generally very psychic, very easy to do past life regression with them. Males is much smaller percentage, probably they're not as sensitive, not so easy for them to surrender to a guided meditation or to hypnosis session. Lots of issues. And also please be aware that this is a cookie cutter type of guided meditation. I cannot deal with you here right now individually. We have sessions for that over Skype. That can be done over Skype. This is a free, nice, just getting an idea, kind of a past life regression. And one very important thing, so two very important things, many times I use intent a lot, and it takes about 2-3 seconds for the intent to work, at least energetically that you can feel it. So I invoke a divine being, and it takes about 2-3 seconds, till the energies manifest. So if you're sensitive, you can feel that. Also when I intend to release things, get into the spirit and support it, with your emotions, with your thoughts, with your visualization, but in general you can feel, or maybe even see within 2-3 seconds the effect. And when I say any intent, which is important because we have a free will universe, we can't just have our spirit guides or angels just start messing with our life, we have free will, and we have to ask for it, and that's what I call intent. When I set intent and I say amen, and you want to be in on it, and you definitely want to be in on it, then, say amen. You don't have to repeat the whole thing, they will know. They're a lot smarter than us. It just gives them permission, and that you count in, and the more amen, the more it works. Alright, so let's start. So make yourself comfortable. I would recommend just laying down, but you can also sit down, turn TV off, turn radio off, turn your phone off, maybe lock the door, get your pets out of the room. They're going to be all over you once you go into higher consciousness. And just lay down now and relax. And first of all, I ask for Archangel Michael to be present. And whatever comes, from this past life regression to Atlantis, I want it to be for the highest good, in divine harmony, with the most benevolent outcomes. Amen. And whatever comes from this video, I want it for the same results, for the highest good, divine harmony, with the most benevolent outcomes. Amen. And then, whenever you should get interrupted, you will just maybe go to sleep, and just wake up remembering everything. You will always be protected and guided, And we ask your high self and your spirit guides to come around you now to guard and protect you. And even your parallel selves that lived in Atlantis, they have been put at notice that they will be visited, and we ask them to support you and help you see the important truth. And now just imagine that you become very, very heavy, very, very heavy. And your arms become so heavy they seem to be just melting into the bed, into the couch. And your arms become very, very heavy. And now your head is becoming very, very heavy. And your whole body becomes very, very heavy. And it just seems to be melting into the ground. And the more you melt into the ground, the more you relax. The more you let go of the heavy body. And the more you relax and the more you let go, the deeper you get into the all-powerful, all-knowing aspect of your mind. And you go deeper into your mind, letting go. With every exhale, you're letting go. With every inhale, you're flowing more and more down into the past, into your higher consciousness, into the past, to Atlantis, to the most important incarnation, Atlantis, that is still affecting you. Amen. And you go down, 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 letting more go, becoming so relaxed. Every time you're here down, you relax 10 times more. Down, 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 down. Deeper down, 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 down. Deeper down, 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 down. You can hardly feel your body, and still you relax more, going deeper down, 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 down. And now you're gradually approaching the time of this important incarnation in Atlantis. And you're surrounded by a pink cloud as you're getting to their time. And that cloud is just filled with love and support and nourishment and knowledge. That is all the love of your spirit guides that's surrounding you. And now you become one with this beautiful pink cloud. And you're being lifted into an upright position and set down in Atlantis. And now the cloud gradually disappears. And you look at your feet. See what kind of body you are in. And if you can't see it, you probably just know it. Just ask, am I male? Am I female? Just simple yes and no answers. Maybe you can see your hand and the type of clothing you're wearing. And look around you. See where you are. Take in the images. And ask, where am I? in Atlantis and see what comes into your mind. Do not judge yourself about making it up. Just flow with it. Just flow with it. Just take it at face value. You're so relaxed you don't even bother with making stuff up. There's plenty of impressions coming to you naturally now. Ah, that feels so good. And now we move a little further and see what kind of job do you perform. What is your skill or service to society? Just see yourself doing it. And if you have any questions, just ask. And maybe the answer comes as an image, or an idea or thought, maybe emotion. So what job do you have? And what skill do you have? What is your highest skill? And you will see yourself now performing this skill. And if you have any questions, just ask and see what kind of answer you get. And now, see how that skill would help you nowadays in your life, maybe in your everyday life, or maybe in a more special situation like a ceremony, or a healer, or a meditation. Just ask to be shown how to use your Atlantien skills in this lifetime. And if you have any questions, just ask the question in your mind, and you will remember the answers. You may not realize every aspect of the answers you're getting, of what you're seeing, but it will all naturally and beautifully unfold in your life once you're out of this past life regression. It will all come back to you very, very easily. And now, ask to be shown the karma that is still affecting you so much in this lifetime from the Atlantis past life. Ask to be shown that, and we ask your spirit guides, if it is traumatic, to please play some circus music behind it that will take the bite off, and to protect you from too powerful and strong of emotions, and to help you in releasing these emotions, so they won't do any harm anymore in this lifetime and in a future lifetime. Amen. And I will count to 3, and then you will see this very important event that affects you still so much. 1, 2, 3. Now you can see it. And if you have any questions to what you see, just ask the question in your mind and see what answers you get. And now ask how this trauma is still affecting you in this lifetime. And you will have memories coming up in your mind, showing you scenes in your life where the cause is the karma, the trauma that you experienced in Atlantis. And if you have any questions, just ask those questions now. And now that you have seen the main trauma, we ask that we will be given the essence of the lesson, so that we learn from experience. And is there any need to carry that trauma around with us? Ask yes or no, is there any need? And if there is no need, if you have learned your lesson well, we ask the angels of God and your spirit guides to please remove this trauma from your mind, from your timeline, from you and your past incarnations, and distill it into wisdom and knowledge that is useful, but no more stuck emotions. Now, Amen. Please find or move on, clear on, continue to finish. Amen. And any resistances towards releasing this trauma, please find or move on, clear on, continue to finish. As long as it is for the highest good and divine harmony, with the most benevolent outcomes. Amen. And you might feel a tingling as this energy is being cleared. You might feel lighter, you might feel waves of energy flowing over you as you're releasing those stuck emotions, those all samskaras. And smile, smile, smile like a baby. It helps the angels to work with you. You will be able to receive their love more easily. It makes everything a lot nicer and easier. And now you ask if there are any discarnate human spirits from your own past incarnations, or from those of your friends and enemies. And if there are, we ask them to show their face to you and identify themselves to you. Now, Amen. And you're completely safe. And whoever you see, ask him, what in essence is your relationship between you and him? Friend, lover, enemy, or yourself in past life? And ask them also if they would like to go home into the higher dimensions where they're supposed to be. And you ask for an ascension team for them, specialized spirit beings and angels that help to cross over into the heavens, into the higher dimensions. We asked volunteer ascension teams to come and assist those beings now, to go where they're supposed to go. Amen. And you may even watch or feel how they're ascending into heaven. Wish them goodbye, wish them love, forgive them, and ask for forgiveness. And if it's love or ghosts that have been attached to you because they love you so much, ask your high self to come down from heaven and to pick them up and bring them into heaven now. Amen. And if it's your own self, ask your high self too to bring them up, and your loved ones and your pets to bring them up into heaven. Show them what is missing. And if it's your enemies, ask for forgiveness, and maybe to be shown how you wronged them, and then ask for forgiveness, and then ask them to leave into heaven, please. That is not a good place here for ghosts. And now ask to be shown which people in this lifetime you know from your Atlantis lifetimes. And memories will flash up in your mind, and you will see those ones. Take note. And now we say goodbye, and we thank our spirit guides for letting us see beyond the veil of space and time. And we go back now to normal waking day consciousness. We will be surrounded by this pink cloud now, this deep, intense love. And we start floating, and we float higher and higher and higher and higher, back into the 3D present time world, back into waking time consciousness. Higher and higher and higher. And I will count to 10, and then at 10 you will be completely back, completely energized, happy, content, able to memorize, to remember everything that you experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you become gradually aware of your body. 7, and you slip into your limbs. 8, and your fingers and toes start to tingle. 9, and all your body's aligned now. And 10, back to waking time consciousness. Hello, nice to have you back, my friends. I hope you had a good journey. Please keep looking for another video that I will be making on, how to release more of the trauma. This will be pendulum work. And if it's something complicated, contact me. We can do Skype sessions. I'm available. Like my videos, subscribe to my videos, send me donations, send me customers. Help me to help you. That's what I'm here for. I love you. Namaste.